You can't definitively say anyone looks better than the Celtics right now at this moment because of how they're defending. See, Tatum is on a tear, but if you watch them over the last few games, Jay, they're moving the basketball. They're playing very selfless. Their signature has been they will shut you down. They defend.
What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another episode of Celtics and Watch TV.
T, man, what's good with you?
I got T with me. You got anything to add before we get started? Before we get started, man, I want to say I appreciate all you go click onto this content, man. If you're a new viewer, welcome to Self Check. Stay towards the end of the video, see if you like it. If you're a returning viewer, what's good? Go. Hope everything is good. Ready to rock? All right, man, let's talk about the Boston Celtics, right? Probably the hottest team in the league, and they're doing it basically just really off their defense for real. They got a defensive rating of 106. Basically, that means if you don't come and score more than 106 points that game, it's an L. I want to break this into a couple parts, right? For one, what you seeing out of their defense, and then we can talk about what the noise these dudes making right now. Somebody probably gonna get upset in the playoffs. Where you want to go first? Talk about the defense. You want to talk about?
We can talk about the defense first. Got to start with Marcus Smart. He's a vocal leader. He's always been their vocal leader to me since he's been there. And you also got to talk about Robert Williams, the rim protector. So you got your best perimeter defender out there to me.
Shit out here, nigga.
And on-ball defender. You know, when they step in and make a charge call, you got Robert Williams, who's a rim protector. You go in there, most likely he will block it. He will embarrass you. You got Marcus Smart, a very great defender and a vocal leader. And you got all you need really is one person to shake your defense up. They got two. And Robert Williams is willing to follow whatever Marcus Smart says. So that alone is a big reason why they've been winning games lately.
With their defense, right, like they switch, but they switch like smartly. And for one, they don't really have any liabilities really out there on defense. Like when they had Enes Kanter, you put Enes Kanter down there by the rim, team just gonna eat at the rim. You ain't got him out there. You ain't really got no small point guards for real. Then it's Schroeder, he feisty on defense, but bro was only 6'1". Now with Marcus Smart at point, JT at 3, JB at the 2, Robert Williams at the 5, and Al Horford at the 4. You got people who can all switch. So biggest liability might be Al Horford because he a little bit older guarding the perimeter. But other than that, as long as y'all switch correctly, you ain't really got like no matchup to where it's like, oh yeah, we gonna get burnt on that. You know how they switch it is, as long as they can keep Robert Williams kind of in the corner to where he can rotate over, he's gonna block that shit and send that shit into the stands. So they just got the personnel out there, and then they switching correctly to where can't nobody really get burnt for real. It's hard to score on them boys. Somebody else who don't get enough credit for what he doing, Grant Williams, right? So Grant Williams, he got the 4th highest 3-point shooting percentage in the league. Only Luke Kennard, PJ Tucker, and I think only one more person is ahead of him. But basically, if you leave him wide open in the corner, he green. I can pull up his shot chart on StatMuse. In the right corner, he shoot 54%. In the left corner, he shoot 48%. So regardless, he green being 53. And you gonna get cooked if you leave that man open. All right, so look, on November 1st, right, Marcus Smart, he said JT and JB, they need to pass the ball, right? Before Marcus Smart made them comment, JT was only averaging 2.7 assists. JB was only averaging 1.8 assists. After Marcus Smart made them comments, you look at it now, JT at 4.3, JB at 3.4. You got your star players buying in and passing the ball around, and y'all having like lockdown defense. Y'all making shit happen.
That's why I said it'd be scary in the playoffs. If they actually get together for real, it would be a scary team to see. Like, you wouldn't want to see this team in the playoffs.
We can shift to the playoffs actually right now. Okay, so all right, let's look at their season series so far with like kind of the teams who they kind of in the mix with in the playoffs, right? They 1-1 against the Bulls, right? In that playoff series, I'm leaning more towards the Celtics winning that one. You 2-1 against the Cavs. The Cavs, they kind of too young. You 2-0 against the Heat. So you still got 2 more games against the Heat this year. You might only have one, actually. I'm sorry. You might only have 1 more game. So you didn't kind of won your season series against the Heat.
But I think it will go at least 6 or 7. And I don't know who's going to come out. I'm leaning more towards the Heat. But if Boston can maintain the way they playing, maybe Boston. It's a toss-up. But I think that would be like the best series.
They making it hard for damn near everybody on the court to score. The best player for the Heat is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is shooting like 18 or 19% from 3. I feel like it's hard to win the series when your main guy ain't really knocking in threes like that consistently. He might hit them when he needs to every now and again, but with a defense as good as theirs, that they like force him to shoot jumpers, can Miami really win that series for real?
But this is the thing about Miami. Jimmy Butler is not the number one. He's not the number one scorer on that team. Tyler Hero is right now, or Bam.
Tyler Hero at around like 21 points per game.
Okay.
You don't think they can make it tough for Tyler Hero?
I think they will, but it's not. Jimmy is not a player like a Ben Simmons or a Draymond or a Russ. You can't just leave him wide open because he can't. Those are guys who you just shoot, period. I mean, you just talking about the 3. So if he can get to a midi, he can score.
This midi percentage, I know that.
It may not be all that, but I guarantee you not going to leave him open before you leave somebody like Russ open. So it ain't like, I'm just not going to guard him. You're going to guard. You're going to have to guard him. Unfortunately, he just having a bad 3-point shooting percentage this year. But I don't think he's a bad shooter to where you like, I'm not gonna guard him. Like, shoot, I think that'd be very stupid on their part. But I mean, that's just the way I see it. I think Jimmy do good. He's a great player in other aspects than just scoring. So I don't think that's his strongest suit. But like you said, you feel like Boston will take that. I feel like the Heat will take it.
2-2 against the Sixers. Now they haven't played against James. The last game they played, they blew him out by like 81, 85, 105, however many points.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was a hell of a lot to a hell of a little.
Right.
James didn't play that game.
Right.
So with how they looking right now, and then how they've already played these teams in the regular season, yes, regular season and postseason are two totally different games, two different types of games. But with the success that y'all was having already, and y'all got this defense rolling how it is now, if y'all can carry this into the playoffs, somebody gonna get upset for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let me hit you with this real quick to kind of close off this video. All right, so JT, right? JT is only 24. At 24, he already has the most 50-point games in Celtics history. He tied with Larry Bird. He might score another 50 points by the end of the season. And then he already 24-25 with the most 50-point games in Celtics history, right? Paul Pierce, long season with the Celtics, he only scored one 50-point game. Is it possible that JT can be the best scorer in Celtics history if he stays? Only thing is, JT, he doesn't seem like a lifelong Boston type player.
No.
I feel like he would leave if he had this.
I think so too. He can get up there. You got Paul Pierce, he had 24,000. Larry Bird under him, then I think it's like John or something.
And John Havlicek.
He number one. So I don't think he gonna catch those guys unless he can stay healthy and stay with the Celtics.
Well, knock on wood, JT, he ain't had no injury all his career that has had him out for a long period of time. And already being 24 years old, he's already at 7,000 points. So usually people score about 1,000 to 2,000 points a season, somewhere around there. As long as he stay healthy and he stay with them, JT would easily be the best scorer in Celtics history, in my opinion.
He just gotta stay there. I don't know if he gonna stay there, but hey, if he do, he got a good chance. Sure.
All right, man, we gonna call it a wrap on this one, man. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. This has been another episode of Self Check. We appreciate all you ghosts. I'm E.
I'm T, man.
I got T with me. We appreciate you rocking out with us. We gonna catch you next one.
Peace.
Peace.